We got the same trim.
Yeah, well, I was just looking at you. Got an indent on your head, have I?
Not really. No, but I've just been wearing my headphones, haven't I?
Yeah, I know, but I don't get how you guys get indents in your head. Like, Tim the Tapman's genuinely got a dent in his head.
Everyone's got a dent in their head.
Yeah, but not as bad. Look, that's definitely from the headphones, right?
No. Everyone's got a dent in their head from like childbirth because the top of your head is soft. I swear we've had this conversation before. The top of your head is soft when you're born, and your head has to like mold together your skull.
Huh.
That's why babies, you can actually see their heart. Like,
not their heart. It's a fucking brain.
Yeah. No.
You're all about their pulse.
Yeah, their heartbeat, their pulse. That's what it's going to be. Their heartbeat.
You said that you're going to see their heart beating.
You can. You can. It's the pulse, isn't it? It is their heart beating, essentially. Not the physical. You can't see the muscle because that's in their chest. You can see their heart pumping. No. You can see the heartbeat.
Yeah. I didn't let you finish, to be fair. But you can see their heart coming out their head.
No.
I was like, huh?
No, just their heartbeat, bro. Just their heartbeat.
That's funny.
Yeah, essentially, we got the same trim. Are you growing out the mustache and the beard because it's November and it's like, cancer, fucking no shave November or whatever it is?
No, basically, I was going to do it, but I haven't donated anything for the charity. But I see a lot of blokes growing it, so I'm part of I'm part of the sheep crowd. So I like to be part of the boys and all that.
Yeah.
And but mainly it's for poker, for the family poker on Boxing Day. When I won it for the first time ever, I had a tash, and my brother is he's okay. He's a threat. He's a threat at the family poker, and I got into his head because I grew a tash, and it was pissing him off. And every time I had a hand in, it was just me and him in poker, I'd look at him and do this.
Yeah. Well, okay. So you're literally growing a tash to be a knobhead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me take my socks off. I cannot sit at my PC with socks on. It's so uncomfortable.
I've got trainers on.
I can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's the only time when I'm sat on my PC, I have to free my feet. I can't have them. I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. I'll be honest. It's weird. It's one of the.
My feet.
You're looking kind of smart. I like your jumper. It's very smart.
Yeah, it's from. I actually got it from Jack Wills, and I saw it I went in there just to have a look, and I thought, because
they're expensive.
I thought that would be it. I thought this is gonna be quite expensive, and I looked at the price tag, and they had like a fucking sale on, and I was like, oh, bro, this is reduced from 70 to like half price. I was like, ooh, I'll take it.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
I'll take it.
I'd have taken that.
Yeah,
is Jack Wills even still a thing? I didn't even think they were still trading.
I love Jack Wills.
So do I, but I thought they closed the shop in Oxford.
They've done a lot, gone to like online, but there's still a shop in Hereford. So
I like to actually go to a shop because I like to try it on and know how it feels.
Try it on and it's something to do when you go into town, isn't it? So
definitely.
Yeah, I played golf today.
How'd you get on?
I actually played really well today. My front nine. So I've only just started playing this year. My front nine, I did really well. I was quite chuffed. Like even everyone was saying, it was because I play with people with the same ability as me. But I won by like 10 shots today, which is quite a lot.
Ooh.
But I did fuck up a few holes. But
I've fucked up a few holes in my time.
If I kept my first nine as my back nine, I would have been like, what was it, 86, which would have been 16 over par, right? Which I would have had like that's like a 16 handicap, and I would have been well happy with that because I'm like 30 handicap, like shit as fuck. But
I know loads about golf. All this information is definitely going in.
Golf?
No,
not even driving range or nothing.
Nope. Would like to actually. My dad used to play. He went for a period of playing, and I've never picked up a golf club.
If I was you, mate, don't, because it's the most addictive thing to do.
Is it really? I would enjoy it. I don't know.
At first, you're like, it's shit. Like I've tried it. I was like, it's took me this long to realize how good the game is. It's so good. Just to get away. Like I left the house at 9:30, 9:15. I got picked up at 9:30. I didn't get home till 5, like 4 o'clock. I was just out all day, played golf, had food, some food after.
We should play the PGR Tour. Mate, we should play golf against each other. Like, actually, that'd be sick. I used to play it as a kid. I loved
Oh,
it.
on gaming.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
never played it when I was a kid.
It was great fun. Actually live fairly close to a golf course. I don't know if they've got like a driving range. You know how you see people all lined up and they're just
Yeah.
whacking balls into a net. And I've never. I don't know if there's one of those in Oxford, but there is a golf course. Well, I think there's 2 or 3 golf courses in Oxford, and I've never been. I look like I live on the streets. So I'm not sure because there's like dressing. There's like a dress code, isn't it? Like an etiquette.
Just chinos and like a collared top. Like I'd wear it like this, for example. Like just like, obviously being winter, it's just a nice little jump throw over.
Okay.
But in the summer, it's just like just wear a collared t-shirt like a polo.
I
and
couldn't
wear
go
some
in like a
shorts.
hoodie and jeans.
You could do in the winter, but mainly like chinos. Like people wear hoodies in the winter anyway. Like someone wore a hoodie
Fucking
today.
chino.
I saw wore like a look and wore like a scarf and a balaclava. Like, so, oh, okay,
The fuck?
yeah, some youngster. But
So,
you have to buy like the golf shoes, like genuine golf shoes.
do you not wear trainers?
No, you can get away with it, but they don't like it because the golf shoes are made for the greens, basically.
Okay. I might give it a go one day,
They're
but
quite
it
nice,
sounds like way
actually.
too much of an investment.
I wear the summer ones still, and they're just like Nike, They look like trainers. They've got a little different sole, like a bottom of the sole.
Well, yeah,
On the
just
shoe.
for the
That's all it
green.
is.
So that's what you've been doing today,
Sorry.
playing golf?
Playing golf today, and it was really, really nice. It was it's called Kington, King Ton, and it's the highest golf course in England.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really nice. I went there and I was like, this is gonna be shit 'cause it's gonna be high up. It's been raining like fuck. Sheep. They don't have anyone cut the grass. They have sheep that eat the grass to cut the grass.
Love
It's
that.
quite funny.
I love that.
And so they're the greensmen. They're the ones that keep everything fucking like
Mate, they're going to do a stand-up job.
Mate, it was amazing. They've eaten all the grass. It looks fucking pucker, and they all do it like it's literally like someone's mowed the fucking fairway. Like,
Mate, growing up, I knew someone that had goats for that reason. Goats or sheep.
oh really?
Yeah,
Just to fucking cut the grass.
just to cut the grass. They had a massive back garden, and
Yeah.
mate, these goats or sheep, whatever the fuck they had, I think they had goats, were really well looked after, and they were loved. They were like a part of the family. But they said the reason they got them was so they never have to mow the grass.
Fair play.
Yeah,
And
I've
obviously,
been
like,
making a desk today. I was just
sheep
trying...
shit and stuff like that. It's
True.
good for the soil, isn't it? And that as well.
You'd have to pick that up, I guess, if you had it as a pet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing today, mate. Just a bit of golf. You text me, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I don't know what it is, but recently I've just been like, "Fuck!" I've been forgetting that we've got a podcast to do.
Same. I
Have you?
forget.
Have you?
I actually forget,
You
and
texted
then
me yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot." I'm so glad you said you didn't want to do it yesterday.
I
'cause was like,
was just
"Oh,
vibing with the
booked."
missus.
Yeah, I was like, oh, "Yeah, no worries." Okay, no worries. And then
Oh.
literally today, I played golf, and when you went, "What time?" I went, "Fuck, I forgot again."
Yeah, I keep
like, "Oh,
forgetting.
seven."
I keep forgetting we're pretty bad. But I uploaded the last one, and
Mhm.
then it got taken down within 2 hours because we were talking about the recent. I don't even want to say the word because we had the recent flu we had that closed the world down. Because of that, we were discussing that we had to take a segment out. YouTube messaged us and was like, you cannot talk about this. You cannot put this bit in. So I don't know if anyone watched it or even noticed, but a large lump of it had to be removed to keep them happy. But we keep getting this on TikTok as well, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because Dino controls our TikTok, and throughout the week I'll get messages from you, won't I?
Mate, I did two this week. One I sent you, and the other one I just went, mate. I think we're genuinely being monitored now from that Andrew Tate thing.
Yeah. But a lot of the time, if you contest it, they'll let it go back on again.
Yeah, when I did contest the one, what was it about? It was about my porn history, wasn't it? They muted that.
Oh really? They muted that one.
They sound surprised. Yeah, I sent you it. Saying this is a fucking joke now. So I was just like going through the clips, like, oh, that's a good one to like put up.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then I put it up, and it's like, it's against terms and conditions. I sent you the screenshot, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I peeled it, and then literally about 20 minutes, half an hour later, they approved it.
It's mad. Yeah, I think we're being watched, which is really funny because we're a tiny little podcast. We're no one. We're nothing. We're not have
nobody. We're doing this for our kids.
We're doing it for us.
Yourself, you little cunts.
We actually are. We're doing it for our kids so they grow up and can see what sort of people we were like. So we're not addressing the masses. We're not doing this so that loads of people watch us and we get really famous. So this is just like silly. And the fact that we're now watching them means we're saying things that they really don't like. Like we're saying things that are hitting nails on the head.
Influence the world.
Yeah, it's what it seems like. But we're just two fucking numpties. That's it. Even in the description on our TikTok and our YouTube, I've put down that we're just two numpties that don't.
I'm surprised you haven't had an email about that.
What? Calling ourselves numpties?
Can you change your bio, please?
You can
just said
offend yourself.
Yeah, you can offend yourself to watch My Little Pony. That's really offensive.
Mate, this is partly why I stopped streaming on Twitch. Like I streamed on Twitch for years, and I probably will every now and again. Like, but I'm not. I was streaming every single day for years. But the world we're in now, you get silenced. Like people were reporting me for saying the most simple shit, and it was just like it was causing issues. And now Twitch just seems to be you will get big if you are a complete liar, really fucking fake, and kiss the ass of people that have got 1 or 2 steps higher than you. If you suck them off as hard as possible and have absolutely no respect for them, you're not interested in actually being a genuine friend. You literally want to use them and suck the life out of them, and you'll be like, oh, let me stream with you. I want to stream with you. Can I use you as a thumbnail? And literally just use them, get to that level, and then they'll find someone else, and then they'll do it to them. And it's just a very backstabby bullshit. None of the friendships seem to be real, because I know people where you chat to them, and you're like, oh, I've seen you've been streaming with so-and-so, so-and-so. That's pretty cool for you. That's probably doing the world. Yeah, but they're a bit of a prick, but I'm just dealing with them for the time being and trying to get my numbers up. And the more people I spoke to in the Twitch world, the more I was hearing that, and then I was like, I don't want to be a part of that. I just don't. No, it's disgusting.
That is one thing that you've got over me, is that you had a lot more contacts with a lot higher profile streamers and content creators. It's not with me. I've never really been about that. Like I've come across KDOS, but that was because Mins was my moderator. And Mins introduced me actually to KDOS. And I don't pester him. I message him from here and see how he is, to be fair, because I actually messaged him recently, like 2 weeks ago, to see how he was, because he's been so quiet on the YouTube. I feel like he's lost a bit of interest.
Yeah.
But he's solely on Fortnite, and Fortnite is dying with content. Like, you know, it's a game where literally anything you can think of has been fucking done.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I still say it now, KDOS has done the most epic thing with regarding to Fortnite. He sent a hot air balloon up into space and played Fortnite in space. He's done that. I watched that video. It was pretty lit.
What, in real space?
Yeah. So like the space balloons.
Yeah.
They float up into space, and when they pop when they reach the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then so he had one of them. He had this box, and it had he had like a VR headset and a controller, and he was and the screen was all like, you know, from like a signal, and he was playing it whilst it was floating. And as he got to the atmosphere, I won't ruin it, and then he was see if he can get a win.
And he kept signal.
Class. Yeah, it was a big operation that he did. You know, a big content thing. There was comments saying, "Oh, this is so fake," and all that, but you could literally see it the camera as it reaches the fucking atmosphere, it just pops, and then they fly down to go and get it 'cause it pops. It was pretty good. That was a really good one.
That's a bit mad.
Best video. Yeah.
I'm just looking for it.
Winning
a game of Fortnite in space.
Yeah, that's it there. So yeah, that's the only person really I noticed from what's it called?
This is my phone playing Fortnite from the edge of space. And this, that's me, controlling it from 100,000 feet below on planet Earth. Today, okay, got some mini shields. Alright, it's a 1v1 guy. No idea where it's gonna land.
Meanwhile.
Alright, game.
That's actually mad.
It's quality, isn't it?
Respect to that. I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. How many people have
Yeah.
watched that? He's got 2.24 million subscribers. I mean, I had a few hundred, like 500 maybe not even that many. And it was fun, but I was never going to reach the higher levels, and I was putting so much effort, and I was streaming with bigger named people and stuff, and it wasn't really getting me anywhere.
But you said you were on 300 viewers at one point. Like, was your YouTube popping off or not?
No, because I wasn't doing YouTube at that point. I was just streaming, and because it was a complete accident, the fact that I was hitting those numbers, because I was with Scavenger Studios, love those guys, and I was so how I even got into it, I streamed by accident. It wasn't even something I was getting into. I was playing Darwin Project, and someone said, "Oh, we really like your voice," because I would put on a voice and I would sound like a commentator. And the game is basically Hunger Games, as you know. And I would play the person overseeing, and I would do this voice. And I got into a game with one of the developers, and they started chatting to me, and then slowly but surely I started doing tournaments for them where they would have 200, 300, 400 people watching. And I was the host of that because of my voice and because of my setup and everything like that. So while that game was like doing really well, I was doing really well. But then when that game died, like KDOS and Fortnite, everything else just fell to shit. Everything just died, which meant people were there for the game, not necessarily me.
Yeah, which is why I saw Tim the Tapman and Nick Merckx are doing so well, because they could. It's like they can see into the future, mate. They can literally see that that game's not going to last for another year or two. So they started playing games like Warzone and Apex, which are always going to be around, and now they're known for that as well as Fortnite. You know, so
yeah. I mean,
it's kind of, they are clever. Like, this is what's made me debate to stream on YouTube now, because obviously the algorithm's different, and you can see you get. Oh, did I tell you about my experience streaming on TikTok?
No.
I streamed on TikTok last week.
How did that go?
I did one stream, and I had 600 people that viewed my profile, and I was averaging about 50 viewers.
And did any of them transfer over to your
2
Twitch?
hours? No, they didn't.
Mad.
Crazy, isn't it? But TikTok's easy, isn't it? You just click on the lives, just people just chill and vibing lives all the time. It's weird.
It is, but you need 1,000 people to follow your profile before you can go.
I've got 1,200 now.
Jesus, check you out. I don't know.
I know. I'm fucking like, I don't even see it as a big thing.
I've only got 450. Look.
And that's what I'm thinking. It's like, is it worth now streaming on TikTok?
I mean, TikTok is the biggest way of like going forward, isn't it? TikTok is like huge. This one makes me laugh. I
think with streaming, I think a large percentage of it is luck.
Yeah.
The 4 years I've been doing it, it is luck. And there's two ways you can get your name out there. There's a good way, and there's a bad way.
Yes.
The good way is you're a genuine pro and you're cracked as fuck, and you, like, literally, for example, like Booga, no one heard of him. He won the Fortnite championship. Now he'll be famous forever.
Yeah.
And then there's a bad way where, for example, there's a streamer that's been streaming for about 2 years, a young lady called Nadia, who everyone thinks is cheating on Warzone.
Yeah.
Like, she's only got attention from a bad perspective of cheating.
Mate, Alinity, no one knew who she was until she threw a cat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same shit. Speed, no one knew who Speed was, and then he started being really nasty and like shouting abuse at people. So you, like you said, you've got 2 ways. Well, you've actually got 3 ways. You've got being horrifically toxic and being called out for it. Like, $5 a month. How can you sit at home and get all this free content? Like that chick as well. Be really nice and genuine, but it takes years and it may never happen. Or kiss the ass of people that have made it and hope that one of them picks you up and helps you out. Even if you don't like that person, if you get into that friendship group and then just suck the life out of them, then maybe you'll get somewhere. But I'm not that person. You're not that person. Neither of us are nasty people. So we're only going to get there from being genuine. And sadly, Twitch ain't about that.
Well, no. If being honest, no one really likes genuine people. People like out of the Which is, I don't really give a fuck. People like people that have, like something about them, good or bad, really, isn't it? It's got to be different.
Yeah.
But I'd say higher percentage of being toxic, or look how Andrew Tate popped off. Very, fucking.
He's exploded.
Yeah, he just exploded because he's fucking contradicting fucking speeches. And
Controversial.
Controversial. I said, not contradicting.
Tristan, though, his brother, is fucking brilliant. Tristan's actually an absolute goat. He's so funny. I saw a video the other day of him having a go at Andrew, going, "Dude, why are you so worried about money all the time? Why are you trying to save the money? Why are you doing that? Like, we're not going to run out. Like, if you want a new car, go buy a new car.
If we die tomorrow, we're not going to take the money with us.
Yeah, he's just like, if you want to buy a super yacht, we can buy a super yacht. Why are you so like? Oh, we just spent 2 million on it. We're not going to run out. We've got too much money. We physically can't spend it quick enough. Like, what are you on about? It's so fucking funny. Tristan for me is
true,
is the goat. Oh.
What's that? Bottle of champagne? No, I'll have 5 bottles of champagnes.
There was a video where it was like, oh, recently there was like a power cut in the area. So the restaurant I took this girl to, they put candles everywhere. And he said he was sitting there talking to this girl, and he said to her, "Oh yeah, I phoned the electrical people and told them to turn the power off so that we could have candles." And he said it as a joke, and she saw it as a joke. She found it funny. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, well, where are my flowers then?" And the waiter heard her say that, and because Tristan's always there, he thought he would do him a solid. So he went back into the restaurant, came back out with this massive bouquet of flowers, and he was like, "Tristan, here are the flowers you ordered for the lady," and walked off. And Tristan was like, "See, I've got everything sorted." And then when that woman left to go to the toilet, he walked up to the waiter and was like, "My man, you just got me laid. Let's go." Fucking Tristan's the one. Tristan's the absolute goat. I sent you some funny TikToks this week as well.
To be honest, mate, I haven't seen many of them that you sent me.
Good.
I haven't really been on TikTok, really. Since fucking trying to post videos, and they're just constantly being verified, like, "Oh, monitored." Oh,
mate,
yeah. Please appeal.
Some of them, I'm going to turn the volume off for them, because it seems like the volume, they don't like that on YouTube. Like, if you've got the volume on TikToks, but some of them are visual anyway. Like, this one is really, really funny. Let me just...
I didn't have to see anything more. If this is what's going to happen, oh god.
You ready?
This is going to be ouchies. Mario. Oh mate, that must have bruised all his stomach. He smashed his chin as well.
Oh, he smashed his whole body up. Everything was smashed. This one's brilliant.
They're literally a bump ahead. Why do we need this much water for 3? Shit! Fuck! No, don't go fast! Fuck! Don't go fast! Jack, stop! 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 Stop!
It's the way he stopped. It's the realization. It's the way he's like, "Wait, why do we need 7 cups of water when there's only 3 of us?" And then he's like, "Oh shit, stop!" And then he just stops talking because he's just given up. He knows what's about to happen.
Bump ahead.
Can we talk about what the fuck's around his neck?
Shit! Fuck! No, don't go fast! Fuck! Don't go fast! Jack, stop! 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 Stop!
It's too funny, that one. It's too funny.
What the fuck is around his neck?
Fuck knows. Oh, it's this one. This is the one I was on about.
We don't spend enough money. I'm upset. I'm not gonna say it. You can blanket the number out. We have a net worth right now, $6 million. Blank that out. What are we waiting for? What are we doing sitting here? Working on a stay at home. What are we doing?
We're in London. We never stop.
You don't understand.
We keep ordering these things as if there's not real.
Oh, first class to the United States, what, 30 grand, 10 grand each? No. Charter a jumbo jet. Do Aikido parties, push-up contests in the sky. purchase more vehicles. I scratched some up of the rolls driving up to Dracula's castle land to build a castle. I'm building a castle, by the way. And
Building a castle, by the way.
Why don't I have a super 4x4? Let's buy, I found a picture of it, an armored Range Rover Stretch. That
Look at Andrew.
Here we go, made by Classic in Germany. That costs a mere 1.1 million euros. Why don't we have this? Why? No, listen, Andrew, when are you going to start enjoying the money?
Enjoying the money. All we do is fucking travel around, fly.
He's so funny. Tristan genuinely makes me laugh. Have you seen this
I love
family
that.
as well?
I sent you this.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, you sent me this one. Apparently, it's just shaving foam and water, which is why it's so easy to clean up for them. It's his laugh, bro. Didn't even look.
I love it, bro. So
You know what, I've
good.
just realised there's music in that. We're probably gonna get fucked for the music. Amazon, I sent you this one.
A constituency that has.
He's on about someone working too hard. Some other ones. I think these are all the ones you sent me. I haven't actually watched the ones you sent. This one's mad.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Look at that laugh.
No fucking way.
Do you know what though? That went through their septic tank.
Oh,
It went through the ground, through a pipe, and into their septic tank. Because there was
really?
there was another video after it of saying that cost them thousands, absolutely thousands.
Wow.
Yeah, that was about me.
It could have been worse, mate, because it could have like gone in and then fallen towards the house and then take out
It
the
could have been
entire-
horrific. This one, we're living in a simulation.
That one fucking mindfucked me. I did.
Did you
that
watch
one
it?
either.
Mad.
I couldn't quite understand it there, but could understand at the same time. If that makes sense.
I've been
Like,
public
I
on
was-
the fact that
things I understand it fully.
convince me that we don't live in a simulation.
I've heard you say it.
The arguments put forth have been.
You won't watch the whole thing because it's
most of the best
6
arguments are
minutes.
traceable to a guy named
But he's basically saying that we can't possibly be living in a simulation. You'd have to find it. I'll tell you what, I'll leave a link to this in the description of this video. So if anyone wants to watch it, they can. But it's a very interesting watch, that one. And that's all about tax codes and stuff. But yeah, just like going through a little bit of the old TikTok with you every now and again. Do love it. What was I going to speak to you about? Oh, big topic. Is that a cigar? You smoking a cigar? Oh no, it's a
It
fucking
looks like everyone says that.
big topic.
Go on.
The World Cup,
Yeah. Fuck me.
LGBTQ,
Let's go on to the World
rainbows.
Cup, actually. Mm.
and all that shenanigans.
That's what's happening right now, by the way, kids. It's 2022, World
Yeah.
Cup 2022 in Qatar, and yeah, I love football. I play a lot of it, but I don't watch a lot of it. The only time I do watch it is when the internationals are playing, like Euros or World Cup, for example.
Okay.
That's the only time I'll probably watch it. I've literally watched every game, apart from today because I was playing golf. The tournament's so good. The countries are so good this year. Like the football quality all round, surprising. You know, like Japan beat Germany, all that sort of stuff. I don't think it should have been in Qatar. Not because of the LGBTQT and all that stuff, though. Mainly because of the reason why it's there is because it's money based. I feel like it was rigged because it was money, and not just that. It's not really known as a football nation, and all these stadiums are pretty much been built brand new. And I don't know the exact figure, but I think it's around about 6,000. I think it's the last time I heard it was like 6,700 people died building these stadiums, and they were on like £1 an hour, like basically slavery to build these fucking stadiums, which I do not agree with. And that's because of dehydration and water, and they didn't give them mainly dehydration.
Is that
A
what
lot
it
of them died.
was?
Yeah, building the stadiums for the World Cup. and I think that shouldn't really be a thing. You know, I think playing on those pitches and giving them, I just don't agree with that. You know, I don't really know. Does it? Have you looked it up? I don't know how many people died from it. I think. If
I
remember
think the
seeing a video
official
correctly, it's about
report was
600.
around. No, I think the official report was like
be more.
1,600. I think it was like 1,600 people died.
Yeah, it's more than that though. I
Is it?
think.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
yeah, because they're fake news and shit.
So
Uh,
they only built the stadium for this, and they're going to take it down after. They've already said that. So
have they said that? Have they?
they're going to take it down after. They've got no interest in keeping it. So 1,600 people, approximately, according
Died
to
for 4
reports,
weeks.
died for 4 weeks worth of football.
And it disturbs the football nation being in the winter. You know, we've never had a World Cup in the winter. It's normally a summer thing where everyone goes into their beer gardens and gets pissed, like, you know.
I did think it was a weird time to be doing it.
So, and it fucks up like everyone's league, you know, because now this league's been delayed for like 4 weeks. It's gonna have to go on into the summer a bit more, and so on. But yeah, I don't know, like regards to it being a nation, and you know, like going on to the old, you know, I don't even know how do you say it, LGBTQT. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's so many letters. Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what I mean if I say that.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? Because it's in their country and they have different rules, and every country has different rules. They don't have the same rule as us, so it's like if they don't, I don't know, like if it was in our country and they start kicking off because we eat fish and chips on a fucking Friday, for example, then it's like, oh well, this is our culture, you know.
Okay.
So I get that sort of aspect, but then again, it's like it's a World Cup. It should never have been there. If they can't allow that, then fuck it off. You know.
Is it
Everyone,
right?
It should be a unity. Like everyone should be, no matter what you are. That's what football brings.
Is it right for us to be able to go to a country and tell them how to live in their own country?
Yeah, I don't think that's right. You know?
Would we feel comfortable if another nation came to the UK and told us that we couldn't do something anymore?
Yeah, like why are we not at a mosque praying 3 times a day or stuff like that?
And that we had to
off.
now.
And we have to now. Yeah. Do you see what I'm coming from? Like
100%, I understand. I don't agree.
There's 2 ways to the argument.
So
that's why I say don't. Why is it being hosted there then? If
it was hosted
that's why
there
I don't
because
like the politics to it. That's why I don't like the politics in the football. Like, you know, with that.
It's been hosted there because of money. They paid to have it there. They paid off whoever they are, the governing body, the FIFA, for it.
FIFA, yeah.
It's really hard for me to get my point across with this one. I don't believe it's right to hurt people, regardless of anything. Wow, I say that. The only people that I believe should be given the death penalty are rapists and paedophiles. Convicted and proven that they have done these things. They're the only 2 people, I think, deserve the death penalty of some description.
Terrorists.
Yeah. Yeah. Nasty ass people. People that have done horrific things that harm others. Gay people are not horrific. And the majority do not harm other people. They're not, you know, obviously there will be gay pedophiles out there. There'll be gay rapists out there. They exist. But that's in any walk of life. Heterosexual, black, white, Muslim, Christian, Jew. It doesn't matter, you know. We're a mixed bag. Everybody's a mixed bag of whatever. So, but gay people, let's talk broadly, are not nasty people. They're just people. They're just people. And they don't choose, in my opinion, they don't choose to be gay. You're either gay or you're not gay. It's just one of those. It's like me. I'm a heterosexual. I haven't chosen to be heterosexual. I just am. I was born a heterosexual. I find women attractive. I can appreciate men are good looking, but I don't find them physically attractive. So it's not something, apart from you, Dean. So it's not something I can control. It's not, it's, you know, it's the same as like my eye color. I'm just born with these eyes. I haven't been able to control the color of my eyes. So I don't believe in hurting people that are harmless. I don't believe that there should be a law or discrimination against something that people cannot choose or decide for themselves. So murderers, I'm going to murder this person. That should be against the law. I'm going to drink alcohol because I want to. Okay, in England, that's fine. In their country, Qatar, no, sorry, alcohol is illegal. Okay, I stand by that. That's fine. That's fair enough. You don't like alcohol. That's not going to harm me. You're not going to throw me off the roof of a building. You're not going to kill me. And it's something I can help. I can, for 4 weeks, not drink alcohol. That's fine. Your law... Wait, I'm just saying. Your law, you don't want me to drink alcohol. I will not drink alcohol. That's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that. Wait a minute. I've come to your country. I'm going to respect the fact that you don't like alcohol and that I won't drink it, because that's not harming me and it's not going to harm anybody else. But the whole gay thing, having a law against being gay, they can't help it. And to kill them for being gay and to be like, well, you can't even show that you appreciate... Well, it's just a rainbow band. They're not asking to fuck each other on the football field. That I would understand, because it's fucking a horrific thing to do. But it's massively disrespectful to try and have gay sex or any sex, heterosexual sex, in the middle of a football pitch in front of everybody. But they're not asking to do that. They're asking to wear a rainbow flag on their arm.
For awareness.
That's you know, that for awareness, exactly. Or showing solidarity, which sport should be inclusive of everybody, regardless of sexual orientation, color, ability. You know, it should be, as in disabled, you know, not ability, as in, I can't be a Formula 1 driver, I'm too fat and I'm not able to do it. I shouldn't be allowed to be a Formula 1 driver. I mean, disabled people should be allowed to compete. Everyone should be able to compete. The sad thing is, this is taken away from the football. No one's paying attention to the football. No one cares about the football. The footballers are too hot because it's so hot over there. They're having to have these massive air conditioners there to cool them down. No one's really enjoying the sport. People I know that love football aren't watching it. They're not bothered. And the fact that they've said it's okay actually to drink alcohol in certain areas. Well, if it's okay to drink alcohol in certain areas, which is a law and it's also against your religion, why can't they wear a flag? Why are you so lenient over the alcohol, even though it's again against your laws and it's against your religion? But the gays, no, that's a step too far.
Yeah.
But then there was an interview with the gent that runs Qatar. Sorry, I don't know his name and I don't know his official title. But he was being interviewed and he said, everyone's welcome to Qatar. And the guy said, even gay people. And he said, everyone's welcome. He wouldn't specify. He said, everyone's welcome and you'll be safe. Nothing will happen to you. Yet we've seen reporters being arrested for reporting. We have seen a woman getting mugged while live on TV reporting the news from Qatar. Someone came up and stole her purse. And then he said to the guy, he goes, what if you see two men holding hands? He goes, men can hold hands. It's not against the law here. He goes, so me and you can walk out there now and hold hands and nothing will happen. He goes, nothing will happen. He goes, the media are making us look really bad. And he goes, so gays are allowed to come to Qatar and enjoy the football. And he goes, as long as people are respecting our rules, our laws, and our religion, everyone is welcome. But they're not, because they're gay, so they're not welcome, are they? Because you're against gays. It's a crazy situation.
The media, as I said, I don't trust the fucking media. You just can't trust them. As you said, it could be saying stuff that actually it's not that bad. For example, like not being able to drink. You can drink over there. You're just not allowed to drink in the stadium. You're also not allowed. I don't know. It's just the rules of the stadium. You can't drink in there. They don't allow alcohol in the stadiums. That's about it.
They changed that 1 week before, by the way. They got all the sponsorship from Budweiser.
And then changed all the beers, tents outside. I think what you're not allowed to do is be absolutely intoxicated on the streets.
Well, they've actually got sober tanks, haven't they? They've actually made all these little porta cabins, and they're called sober tanks. So if someone's too drunk, the police will put you in a sober tank. It's basically a police cell. Sober tank until you sober up, and then they'll let you out again.
Yeah, and then they'll let you out, yeah. Which I think...
It's fair.
Fair enough. Even though, against their religion, they're not allowed to drink.
Yeah. It would make more sense to me if you were allowed to drink in the stadium, but not outside. That would make more sense to me. If you don't want people to be drunk and disorderly in your streets, keep them contained in the football field and then if they come out and they're intoxicated, put them in a sober tank. Don't let them walk around the streets. But the way they've done it, what
They'll
you've
walk
just
out
said,
like, act sober, act sober, act sober.
yeah. But the way they've done
Be
it, the way
sober.
you said, they're allowed to drink outside the stadium.
Mhm.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Did you see the video
that's
though
all-
of a guy that went out looking for alcohol, and a tinted window pickup truck pulled up next to him, and they said, "Oh, we've got alcohol." I think these guys they're from Qatar. He called them, I can't remember what he called them, sheikhs or something,
Qatar.
like very, very rich, very wealthy men.
Yeah.
So anyway, these guys, they jumped in the back of this truck, and he took them back to his palace, because it was a palace. And the guy, sure enough, they had every alcohol known to man. And the video, the guy posted up TikToks of him sitting there with a lion on one side of him and a monkey on the other side, and they're all just getting hammered, and there's just lions walking around, and they're playing with them and play fighting with a lion. And he's like, mate, Qatar's wicked. There's so many drugs, there's so much alcohol, I can fuck around with a lion, and it's all on his TikTok. And you're just like, hang on, like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
how have these guys got alcohol? It's supposed to be
Money.
against the law. They've got tigers, everything. Money just seems to solve everything over there.
Yeah.
But then you've got people saying that they're gonna not watch the football, and they're gonna boycott it because they don't want anything to do with Qatar. I don't know how many people know that London is owned by Qatar, basically. They own a lot of the roads. They've bought them. They own the roads that some of the shops are on. They own the Shard. Some of the biggest tourist attractions in London have been paid for by money from sheikhs in Qatar.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Did you not? Most of London is owned by Qatar. So you can boycott it all you want. Most of our money goes to Qatar. Most of our money.
Yeah.
Mad.
I kind of think, like, going back on the subject of the rainbow armband and stuff like that, it's all about, I feel like it's been out there now enough to be shared around the world. As I said, awareness. What we need to focus on now is the educational side of it and teaching people, like this.
Well,
And it's like, as I said, around the world, everyone's got different religions, different beliefs, different, cultures. Not everyone's going to be like rough and smooth. Yeah. Do you see that rainbow coloured thing Rolex that he had? That is. I saw
by
that
the
in
way, if you
news,
do watch
right?
the podcast, I do set these things up, and I have a way of like trying to put them into the podcast smoothly. But because Dean can see my screen the whole time, he tends to talk
sorry.
about it before I actually
Before
bring
I
it
just-
up. So if you're wondering what he's talking about, it's this. And I was about to bring it up,
It's
but
the
dickhead
England
here
striker Harry Kane wears a £500,000 watch, yeah,
to show
at the World Cup.
brilliant.
You really think that's for the one love?
Yes,
or,
yes, I do. 100%
do ya?
do. 100%.
You don't feel like he's just he hasn't bought it for that specific reason, or do you think he's already owned that and thought, oh, that'd be a good idea wearing that?
I think he's bought that for that specific reason. £500,000 to these guys is not a lot of money. It
True.
isn't. If you're going to buy yourself a nice watch, buy yourself a nice watch. I genuinely think he bought that for this. A fair fucking play to him. Massive amount of respect for him. I'm not gay. I am pro-choice. And people should be able to express themselves however they want to. I would wear a rainbow band. The thing is I don't know... Like, if I was to wear a rainbow... Like, there's a big thing about people wearing rainbows on their name badges at work now. Like, if you go into a shop or something like that. Burger King, Curry's. People have these rainbow things. I'd have one. I'd wear one in public. I'd wear a rainbow whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I don't know if that would be me taking the piss, because I'm not gay. Is it to show that you're gay, or is it to show that you are open-minded and don't give a fuck?
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't wear one. It's not because I'm against it or anything. I just feel like I accept everyone who it is, and it's like, as long as everyone knows, I don't see what the fucking issue is. Everyone accepting everyone who they are.
That's because we're normal. Like, we're not fucking mental.
And that's why I'm not like fucking. I ain't got a big fucking rainbow flag behind me. Like, hey, look at this. It's like.
Well, actually,
It's like
interesting.
It's like Morgan Freeman says, isn't it? About about black people. It's like you just don't talk about it, you just accept who you are. you know, and
I
accept
get that, but I watched
know?
an interesting video about how some gay people that haven't come out yet, and even
Yeah.
some maybe that have come out, are still really nervous to let people know that they're gay because they're worried about a backlash. They're worried about people being horrible to them or saying something horrible, so they never feel 100% safe. So wearing something that's rainbow allows them to relax, allows them to know that you're not a prick. And so part of me thinks, actually, you know what? That makes fucking perfect sense. Like, I'm 6 foot tall.
Sometimes, yeah.
I look miserable most of the time, but you never know if you're wearing something that's got a rainbow on it to show that you support them. If they're having a bad day or they have no one to talk to, at least they know that they're safe with you.
Yeah.
So this gay guy, he was saying, I haven't come out to my family, all my friends, because I'm scared of what they're going to say. He said if he saw a stranger wearing a rainbow thing and he felt like he needed to get something off his chest, he might ask to be able to talk to them for a minute. So you never know what people are going through. So you just wearing something that's rainbow could actually do an awful lot more than you realise.
I didn't think of it like that. Yeah,
That's what made me
So
start
You
thinking.
taught me there. Yeah. You taught
That's
me
what
something
made
there.
me start
Maybe I will
thinking,
get a rainbow flag
actually,
there.
it would be a good idea to do it. And if anyone goes, oh, you gay? No. I just support the fuck out of freedom. I support, you know, if you want to talk to me because you can't talk to your family, you fucking go ahead, bro. No problem with you being gay. It doesn't bother me. I like it. Yeah, so a part of me thinks maybe it would be good to start doing that sort of thing for that.
It does annoy me with regards to all these different types of flags, though.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's got all these different types of flags.
The 100
when in
genders.
reality, or whatever. What they should do is just come up with one flag.
Yeah.
And do you know what that one flag stands for?
Everything.
Accepting everyone.
Everything.
Who they are, and everything.
Everything.
You know? Who gives a fuck?
Everything.
Unless you're a pedo or a rapist.
Yeah, then fuck you.
Or terrorist. Then go fuck yourself.
Then fuck you.
Everything
I want to
apart from them
shit
three,
in your
and
mouth.
That's it. Yeah. So that's it. Do you know what I mean? Not have the rainbow coloured one, then the Black Lives Matter one, and then fucking whatever other one there is, and then this one and that one. It's like, mate, I don't even know what flag represents what now because there's so fucking many of them. And it's like,
or we just start wearing a T-shirt that says "I'm not a cunt."
Yeah,
it's just simple. I accept you. I'm not a cunt. I have no opinion of you. Do you know what's really funny though?
Maybe we should make our own flag. I'm not a cunt. Maybe just that.
Yeah, fair play. I'm not a like. This sounds awful, but it comes from the best thing. I don't care if you're gay. I don't like. People are making it this big thing, like, oh, fucking, oh, gays and LGBT and Black Lives Matter. Oh, look at us. When actually, what you really want to do is go, can you just stop giving a fuck about us? Just don't care about us. I think that is the best thing for everyone. I don't care that you're black. I do not care that you're black. I do not care that you are Muslim. I do not care that you're a Jew. I just care if you're a dickhead. If you're a dickhead, you can go and get fucked. If you're a nice person,
cunt.
Everything else. If you're a nice person, everything else can go out the fucking window. You could be a nice Jew. You could be a nice black guy. You could be a nice white guy. You could be a nice Muslim. You could be a nice Catholic. I don't care about any of that. You're a nice person. So nothing else to me matters. But then
that's exactly what goes through my head. Yeah.
Exactly. But I have a feeling that will piss people off. No, you should care. You should care about our rights. You should care. Yeah, but I do. But not enough to talk about them.
Same as me.
Yeah, I just don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And that's not because I'm nasty. It's because I'm accepting of everyone. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Talking of accepting of everyone, I think I'm.
Which is kind of fun. It's kind of good actually because Iran. Have you seen Iran? I don't agree with also with the World Cup. Go back in the World Cup. Iran had signs saying about the women's rights and stuff like that.
Oh right.
And the Qatar stewards and the security throw the people out with it, showing on Iran. It's nothing to do with their country. It's to do with Iran's, as a specific country, like their own country, and they're signing up saying for women's rights because obviously
they don't know women drive and stuff.
They don't have women rights over there, so. They're banning stuff like that as well.
The problem is a lot of
in reality, that's more of an issue than.
I don't know how close Iran and Qatar are to each other. I don't know what their relationship is, so I don't know if there is a conflict of interest. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
But why is that not on the fucking news? More like That's women in a country that don't have any fucking rights, but we're all focused on gay people mainly that can't go to the tournament. It's like, personally, at a priority sort of wage there,
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the women's rights
Yeah.
there because, like, it's going to sound horrible to say this, but categories, I think women are more important. Like, you know, in regards to just being gay, you know, like,
think,
let's get the women
mate,
to have rights first, and then we can go on to that. Like, you know,
it's
like
got nothing to do with that.
yeah.
You can just put it down to human rights.
Yeah, just in general,
Everyone
yeah.
should just have human rights. That's
Yeah.
it. It's it. Gay, women, black, white. Just human rights. Just give them human
Yeah.
rights. But the thing is, yeah, like I said, I don't know what their relationship is with them, or like Qatar and Iran. I don't get it. But the other thing is education. So for years, you've heard people going, well, what about Syria? What about Iraq? What about all these other things that people haven't been? The problem is there's so many issues in the world. You can't cover them all.
Yeah.
You simply can't. The Iraqi war, and again Syria, the bombing and the shelling that goes on over there. You know, the Ukraine, everything that's going on. You can't. You can't fight for everything. There's not enough time. There's not enough energy. People should just stop being dickheads to each other and just let one another live. I was chatting to someone recently who's come over from Ukraine, and she's fled her country. So I got a bit of a cold. I'm not crying. I've just got a bit of a blocked up nose. And I said to her, I goes, well, what are you doing for Christmas? Because she asked me, well, you know, what do you and your family do? And I explained. I said, what are you doing? And she was like, nothing. I was like, what? She went, well, I can't go back to Ukraine. I don't even know if my family is still alive. They couldn't escape, so they can't get to England. So I guess I'll just sit in my flat on my own. That killed me. No one should be on their own at Christmas. So I text Lucy, my missus. Hang on a minute. That's grim. I text my missus and said to her, this chick's going to be on her own for Christmas, babe. That's not right. And Lucy went, we'll just plate up another plate and we'll get her some presents. Like, do not let that happen. So I said to her, I goes, look, we've only known each other for like 2 months since you come over here and been chatting here and there. If you want to come and spend Christmas with me and my family, you are more than welcome. Mate, she almost cried. She was like, yes, please. She went, I can't think of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was like, I can't think of anything worse than having to spend Christmas Day on my own with no one. Because I said to her, again, lack of knowledge. I said, what religion do Ukrainians go by? Are you Catholic, Christian? I had no idea. She was like, we're Christian and we celebrate Christmas very similar to the way you guys do. She went, but I've always wanted to have like an English/American Christmas. So if I could tag along with you guys, 100% I will. Yeah. So it looks like she'll come and spend Christmas with us. She doesn't speak very good English, but just being here with people, I think will be cool.
Yeah.
Then she said, what about my dog? I said, bring your fucking dog.
You can have a Christmas dinner too.
Yeah, bless him.
After this, well, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Send me your address and stuff like that, and what her name is, and then I'll send her a Christmas card from us.
All right, sounds good to me, bro. Yeah, she's lovely. I won't bring it up on the podcast, but I'll see if I can. You'll be able to see a picture.
Yeah,
of her. She's absolutely fucking lovely.
Oh, bless you, Dan. That's nice of you.
She's bloody lovely.
It's a shame, really, because you'd love that for everyone, wouldn't you? Because she's definitely not the only. She's definitely not the only one.
No,
there's a lot of same people in the same boat, and you wish you could do that. There's a lot of people out there spending Christmas on their own and stuff like that. So, is that a pooch?
That's her little dog, yeah.
Nice.
So,
like, stick there. If you don't know what we're on about, boys.
Yeah. Well, because obviously I don't want to publicize, or I know we're not big, but I don't want to show a picture of her or any of her life because this is like private. But that's her dog. She's got a picture of her dog with a birthday hat on, eating a birthday cake. But she's lovely. She's cracking. So yeah, she'll be coming around for Christmas.
Nice. I was going to say something actually. I can't remember what I was going to fucking say. Yeah, I was actually. I did have a note down.
Oh, go on then.
On TikTok, I've got a thing that is there much things that can make you cry, Dan? Like when you watch videos?
Oh, I cry all the time. I'm a blubbering mess.
I'm quite emotional when I come to videos and stuff. Do you know what gets me the most? But if I see it,
Anything to do with kids, with me. So I'm probably the
Yeah.
same with you.
yeah. So if you go on TikTok and type in soldier homecoming videos,
No, what? Can't do it. I flip past them immediately. Like no, no,
Mate, I look at him, mate, and I'm just there bawling. Like
Can't do it.
I'm there just sat there, just like not like sobbing, like just tears in my eyes of like
yeah, no, can't do it.
I don't know. It's not sad. It's just I think so happy for him.
They,
You know?
They've come home, mate. I can't do it. Anything to do with kids. I've got my iPhone now, so it gives me a different background picture. Like every hour, it changes all the time. A setting you can do. Awesome.
Didn't know that.
And the other day, it brought up a picture of my son in hospital, looking incredibly skinny. You can see his bones. And he had a feeding tube up his nose and a plaster and everything. And his head was bigger than the rest of his body because he was really, really sick. And we thought we were going to lose him. And he sat there and he's smiling and he's got one thumb up. So even though he was feeling like shit, literally on death's door, and he sat there with his thumb up. And like, that picture came on my phone while I was at work, and fuck me, bro. I was like, I need to go to the toilet. And I just ran off, had a little cry to myself, and then come back. Like, fuck me. Yeah. Anything to do with kids. Kids being sick, like actually like in hospital is sick, kills me. My friend's son sadly passed away of cancer like 2 or 3 months ago at the age of 8. And he keeps putting pictures up of his kid on his Facebook. Oh, every time he does it, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
I feel for your phone, man. And I swear, if this podcast blows up, or if I blow up on streaming or anything, I will dedicate a lot of my income. Let's say if I become like, like the big
name, yeah.
YouTubers, yeah. I would dedicate a lot of time and money towards kids with
100%.
With illnesses, without homes, and with just child support in general, man. Like
that is the only reason I got into it.
That would make me, yeah.
That is the only reason I ever got into content creation, was the hope that one day I would be big enough that I could go into the children's hospital and just give parents like £1,000, £2,000. Because when I know from experience, when I was in there with Tom, they give you one bed and one cot or bed for the child. So there's one adult that can stay. You can't both stay because otherwise the hospital just gets too rammed. So I was having to work, and then Lucy would sneak me in out of hours. The nurses knew we were doing it. And then I would sleep on the hospital floor. There was no way I was not going to be with my son. So for months, I wasn't going home. I was sleeping on a hospital floor and then going to work. And I would have given anything for someone to just come in and go, there's £5,000, mate. Don't go to work for a few months. Just be with your family. And I would love to be that person. If out of fucking nowhere I won the lottery, or like you said, our content creation just went through the roof out of nowhere,
That's my goal.
Honestly say 90% of the money I make would go to the children's hospital. Easy. Yeah. Easy. As long as I had enough money to feed my family. Sound.
Yeah, that's exactly why especially being a dad, it changed my view on life, and how kids are so vulnerable, and you need to protect them with everything, and not just your own kids. They're obviously there at the top of the list, but then seeing other kids as well, because you've got kids yourself. Like it's as you said, that video nailed it on the head with that woman about her kids. Oh, they're so lovely. But then you want to fucking kick them down the stairs.
Yeah,
It's all part of it, and you love them for it, And it's and you want to help. And some kid, and you really do still to this day. I feel like us as parents still take our kids for granted, and what health they are, and you've got a house and stuff like that, and
100%. We take everything for granted.
For example, like your friend, like it makes me sad just talking about it. Like he's lost his boy. It's
I was chatting to him about it the other day, and he said to me that he now has no future. He's like, I have no future. I have nothing. He goes, he has his wife and his daughter, and he's got his brother, but there's no young boys in the family. There's no young boys.
So shit now.
So he
I
said,
can
there's,
imagine.
so I won't say the name. Let's say the name's Smith. He said the Smith name died when my boy did. Our family now has no future. It will die out because my son passed. And he goes, I see men with their sons teaching them to ride push bikes, taking them to the park. And he goes, no, I don't have any of that anymore. He goes, yeah, I've got my daughter. I appreciate that, my daughter. But there's something about my son, my boy, that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal. And I'm just like, fuck, man. So now I find it really difficult. Like, I don't want to talk about my kids in front of him. Like, I feel bad. And it brings me immense joy when I'm stood there talking to him and he brings his son up into conversation in a positive way. Like, oh, but fucking hell, yeah, man, my son... It's hard to hear him say used to, but he'd be like, oh, fuck, man, my son used to do this and this and this. And I'd be like, oh, bro, but that's so funny. Like, I love the fact that you're still talking about him. Let's talk about him more. Tell me about your boy.
You speak to him quite regularly.
Every day.
I think you should we should get him on the podcast.
Nah, he won't talk about it.
He wouldn't talk about it now.
He won't talk about it. He's a very private man. There's no way he would discuss. He's a very strong, very proud Polish geezer.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. He talks to me in private, but he would never talk to anyone else at work the way he talks to me, because I was one of the first people he told when it was all kicking off, and I was pretty much the only person that knew when it was all going on, because when he wasn't at work, I was doing his job. So he wanted me to know why he wasn't at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, but brutal. And because my son was so close to the same fate, like, it just hits home. It just hits home.
Yeah.
So anything to do with kids. But TikTok, right? Just to change the subject slightly. TikTok has been battered recently by the medical profession because they're saying that it's actually, health-wise, TikTok is really bad for you, because you'll watch a video that makes you really sad and you're crying.
Yeah.
And you've got all of those endorphins, pheromones, whatever, running around your body.
Yeah.
And then the next video will be really funny and you're laughing. And then the next video is mediocre, and then it's a funny one again, and then it's a sad one.
Sad one. Yeah.
And because TikTok is so fast, they're like 30-second videos, most of them.
Fucking your emotions.
Your emotions are going from left to right, from left to right, from left to right. They're saying TikTok now is quite a large cause of depression, because your body can't regulate.
That would not surprise me, mate.
It can't regulate emotion anymore properly, because it doesn't know what you're going through, because you keep changing what you're watching.
Which is kind of like, it's turning people into a robot, I suppose, in regards to emotions.
I'm really bad as well, because I'll just sit on TikTok for 5 minutes and an hour will disappear. And one thing I'm very conscious of that I don't do is when my kids are like, Daddy, I want to play, and I'll go, oh yeah, I'll just watch one more video, and then there'll be another one, and then there'll be another one, and by that time my kids got on board and gone off and played. That's a fear of mine. I don't do that. What I do is I'll say to them, let me finish this video and then I'll play. And I make a conscious decision every time to just close my phone and put it down. Although it's very hard to do, because there's only so many fucking times in one day you can play musical fucking chairs when there's only 2 of you. And the last thing you want to do is play musical chairs. You'd rather just watch some sexy bitch bounce around on TikTok. But you have to turn your phone off and physically go do it, because otherwise it'll be just after this one, just after this one, just after this. And then by that time, your kid's 18 and you've missed out on their life.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching CCTV. The eldest lad. So we've got 2 houses. The eldest lad has moved out of that house and he's moved into this house. So he's now kind of like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, oh, I need to, and he's just walking backwards and forwards. It's really funny watching him. So I need a shit. Do I shit in this house, or do I, like, you can shit in this house? Like, he goes, but I didn't buy the toilet paper. Like, buy some fucking toilet paper then. And then he's like, oh, I want to smoke.
He's moved out the family house now and moved in with you.
Yeah, it's like a stepping stone to get him out. So I want to redecorate the family house, because the family house, it was originally like, it's a council house, and it's just a shithole. It's horrible. I don't want people, like when you said that you and Keith were going to come round, I was just like, they're not going in that house. Not a chance. Because there's holes in the walls, the doors are hanging off, the kitchen, it's fucking horrible. And I've refused, point blank refused to do it up until the older ones have moved out. And the reason is I put in a £2,000 sofa, and within a month, one of them had shagged someone on it and ruined it. Do you know what I mean?
I remember you telling me that story. It was the next morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it was just covered in fanny juice, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake.
And you're like, fuck's sake. Respect, like, it's just a family sofa, you know? Yeah,
so I said to Luce, I goes, I'm
this.
not doing the house up because they just trash everything. It's not happening. So now the older ones have moved out. He was the last older one to move out. I've now got the green light. So he moved out today, and I've already ripped up the flooring in the where they were, and I've already bought a 75-inch TV. I have bought about £1,000 worth of Philips Hue lights. I have bought mirrors, light fittings. And literally in the next 3 or 4 months, that house is going to look brand fucking new. And I even went out and bought loads of new tools, which made me come in my pants. And I cannot wait to just get stuck in and redo that house. This house, everything looks like this room. You can see what this room looks like. It's painted. It's got some nice lights. This house is kind of fancy. I've got a really nice kitchen. It's nice. It's not perfect. There are some bits I need to do on it. So when you do come round, you'll be like, that wall needs plastering. I'm like, I know it needs plastering. But the other house is literally, it's about one away from a crack den. So now Kane's moved out, I can do it up fucking pucker. Can't wait.
For all you crackheads out there, don't get offended.
Do get offended. Don't be a crackhead, you fucking crackhead, scumbag. Sort your fucking life. Oh, my parents didn't love me. Well, probably because you're a fucking crackhead. Don't be a crackhead.
Fuck me. Don't be a crackhead.
Yeah. Moral of the story of this podcast: don't be a crackhead.
Don't be a crackhead.
We're over the hour, so I'm going to hang up on you now. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you for the chat.
No problem.
Always a pleasure and never a fucking burden, my friend.
Well, you say that, but we keep forgetting to do it.
What's that?
Like, if we really enjoyed doing it, we'd be like, bro, podcast today. Woo, 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 woo. But we keep forgetting.
Yeah, in some sense, yeah.
So you say always a pleasure.
I don't think it's forgetting. It's just how fast time goes, man.
Mate, 7 days is real quick.
Recently.
But I refuse to do them 2 weekly.
Today?
I refuse to do them 2 weekly. We need to keep on this one a week. One a week.
Yeah. We'll keep going.
I mean, I'm doing all the work.
Yeah, you are.
You just turn up once a week and chat for an hour and disappear, and magically it's on YouTube and done for you, which is fine by me. I don't mind. But you've got the easier end of the stick.
Well, I am the better looking one, so hopefully we'll get the female audience coming in. Yeah, all right, yes.
Would you rather shag that or this? I mean, I don't even need to do the because I'm just naturally better looking. Like you can make look. There's Dean again. Who's better looking? Him or that thing? By the way, he's drank his own piss. Or that slightly tanned, good-looking fella. I'll let you decide. Right. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. From me, the good-looking one.